Hey, my name is May, like the month, and today I'm just going to be showing you my favorite makeup. What has 2020 taught me? A lot of things. I feel like when Kylie Jenner was like, oh, 2016 or 2017 was the year of realizing things, nah, B, it's 2020. And one of the things that I've learned, even though it is quite minuscule, is the fact that I don't need a full face of makeup every single day because I'm staying inside. Who do I have to impress? Myself. And I impress myself every single day, but I think I've just been enjoying minimal, sheer light makeup, which I think is hilarious because when you look back at my Glossier video, I was just like, I'm like a medium to full coverage girl. I love bright makeup, which I still do. I still definitely have a place in my heart for like bold, bright, smoky blue looks, but character development, baby. I'm 24 years old now and I'm still learning about myself every single day. This sounds like a motivational speech. It is not. I don't know where I was going with that, but I hope you enjoy. Oh baby, we have a sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Skillshare. If you aren't familiar what Skillshare is, it's an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people. Everything is on Skillshare. You want to learn how to make a clay pot? It's on Skillshare. For me, I actually chose the Find Your Style 5 exercises to unlock your creative identity, taught by Andy J. Pizza. Quarantine really gave me time to just figure out who I am and what skills I want to learn and what I like to do. So going through this class and going through the exercises really helped me just hone in on who I am, and I thought that was really freaking neato. The first 1,000 people to use the link in my description will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership, and then after that, it's only $10 a month, which is not too crazy. So let's get right into it. One thing that I've been enjoying lately is my apologies if you do hear like trains or sirens or anything in the background or people texting me. I can't help that I'm popular. Joking. It is possibly, and I am not exaggerating, maybe 70 degrees in here Celsius. Joking. It's like 20, 25, but I'm uncomfy. It's very, very warm in here, so I left the window open. One thing that I've been enjoying is just covering up hyperpigmentation, which I do have quite a bit of, or any redness with just concealer. I've been skipping foundation completely. My go-to concealers for that is the Maybelline Age Rewind. This is in the shade 122 Sand, and I have been using, oh gosh, it's like so grody, but it is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Correcting Concealer. This is in the shade 50WY. When I'm going to shoots or like when other people are doing my makeup, I tell them, I'm the exact same color as acrylic yellow paint. And sometimes they don't take my words with a grain of salt. They're like, oh, haha, you're neutral, right? And I'm like, oh, no, I'm very yellow and I'm very proud of it. I take the Urban Decay, I put it where the hyperpigmentation is, and then I take the Maybelline Age Rewind. And I've been enjoying not covering up my dark circles as of late, so I just do it a little bit lower and then just around my nose for a touch of brightness and dimension. And I blend it out with, I think this is a powder brush, but yep, there it is, all over powder brush by e.l.f. I've been enjoying using very fluffy brushes lately for my foundation / concealer. Not entirely sure why. I was a beauty blender girl to begin with, but then I think I got lazy. And then I take the excess and I put it in the middle of my forehead just to create some balance and make sure the color is even. And my little egg head is all one shade, or I tried to make one shade. I'm not too fussed if any hyperpigmentation shows through. I feel like that just gives a more skin-like finish. That makes any sense? Yeah? Yeah. Second step is blush, and I've been talking about this product ever since I received it, essentially. This is the Tower 28 Beach Please in the shade Magic Hour. It looks disgusting. That should show how much I do use it. But I like to use my ring finger, kind of warm up the product. And I like to put my blush on like the high points of my cheeks. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you smile, you put on the apples of your cheeks. But for me and my facial structure, I find that just looks a little bit too low. And I want to keep everything as lifted as possible. So I take my ring finger, put it on the tops of my cheeks, and then I just put a little bit across my nose with the excess. And then I go ahead with my NYX number 8 dual fiber brush. I essentially learned to put blush where I put my highlight. I think that's one thing that I found really flatters my face shape, just to keep everything all high up. So while that sits on top of my skin and everybody's getting to know each other in the pot, oh, my favorite cold opening in the office is definitely Kevin's chili. I know that's what everyone and their mom's favorite cold opening is. Oh, and I'm thinking of all the different ones. I loved the parkour one. I loved, what else? I love the one where Jim bought that, like, I think like 200 or like 500 meter wire with Dwight and like strung it up and made Dwight like figure out like where the wire was going. That was hilarious. The one where they lip synced that one song. Wow, I'm being very specific right now. Anyways, Kevin's chili. My blush and my foundation are getting to know each other and it just settles on the skin. So while that happens, I am going to do my eyebrows. If you guys have been following me since the very beginning, you guys know that I use the Got To Be clear spiking glue for my eyebrows just to keep them like up and fluffy, but now I have my brows laminated, so I don't need to use that strong of a product. So I've been using the Pro Style Clear Ice Ultra Hold Protein Styling Gel. I find that this is completely clear, while as the Got To Be has a kind of like white-ish tint to it. So again, what you see is kind of what you get, and it has this nice sheen to it. So for me, I find my eyebrows look best in the shower when it's like wet and like everything's all stuck together and it looks very glossy. That's kind of the look that I enjoy. I'm not sure if it's everyone's cup of tea, but I just take that with a little spoolie. I have to say that brow lamination is probably like one of the best things I've ever done to my face. It's the only thing I've done to my face. I've tried eyelash extensions. It doesn't really work for my eye shape because my eyes are quite, like my lashes, they stick straight down naturally. So when you put on eyelash extensions on top of it, they have no other choice but to like stick down as well. So the curl doesn't look as beautiful as I've seen other people. Tried that, didn't really work out, but brow lamination, baby, it's the shit. So I have everything in place. I just use my finger, give it a nice little press down. So what I do is I just take the excess off with a Q-tip, and I find that it also like moves the brow hairs into a nice place as well. So while that sets, I'm going to use my bronzer because this is all settled and lovely. For bronzer, I'm going to use the Vesca Beauty Kiss by Santorini. I have featured this many a time. It is very well loved, and I'm going to use the Inglot 1SS brush. The reason why I like this brush is that it's super fluffy, but it is like quite thin as well, if that makes any sense. And a tip that I like to give is instead of like knocking the powder off like on the side of your desk or in the garbage can, what I do is I take my wrist and I press it in. So I'm not wasting product, and also it kind of loads up the brush like a tattoo machine. And what I do with bronzer is that I go from kind of like around the tip of my ear to the corner of my mouth, stopping essentially where my eye ends. And in a way, I like to put it over the blush as well to create this nice like warm color. Another one of my favorite products of 2020 is the Hauslabs Freckles, or like PH Freckles. This is in the shade number 1. I've tried many a faux freckle product. I've tried, a bunch. However, it's either like the color doesn't work or it doesn't look super natural based on like the applicator, and or it doesn't blend out quite nicely, so it just like stays. And when you try to blend it out, it looks very obvious. With this guy, it has this little like toilet brush. That sounds so ridiculous. It has a little bit of like a toilet brush kind of action on the applicator, and you take a little toothpick thing, it comes with it. So you want to put it away, and then you're going to brush up. So what I do for the excess is that I just take it off on the back of my hand, use the tip of that little toothpick boy, and then just dot areas that I want to fill in. Take my ring finger. The reason why I love this product so much is that you do have a little bit of playtime, but once it sets for all day. So it's nice. I like to wear these when I'm wearing like a mask or I'm going out, so it looks like I, you know, have something a little special going on with my face. Now that my eyebrow gel is set, I'm going to go ahead and fill in the tail ends of my eyebrows. I was genetically blessed with nothing, no eyebrow, no eyelashes. So anytime I see someone with beautiful eyebrows or eyelashes, I just like stare a little too long, and I'm like, I maybe can use osmosis. And if I like think about it, or if I look at them, maybe tomorrow morning I'll wake up with beautifully beautifully blessed eyebrows. However, I've been using castor oil every single night, and I will say that it does work. I didn't have this portion of my eyebrow, believe it or not. And then I started using castor oil. I will say it does take a while for the results to show, but if you keep at it, it's a little minor step at the end of your day. I do see a difference. So for my eyebrows, I've been using and loving the Browjam eyebrow wax. This is in the shade Black Beauty. Take it on an angle brush, kind of wipe off the excess. I was using a lot of eyebrow pencils at the beginning of the year, which I really do enjoy. I've been using like the Fenty Beauty eyebrow pencil and like the NYX Micro Brow. However, I like a more soft and all over color, if that makes any sense. So I feel like this pomade really does the trick. Just fill in the tail ends of my brows, brushing it upwards. Take the excess and put it in the center of my brow. With this product, a little bit does go a long way. So I find that one dip is good enough to cover both of your eyebrows. Now we're on to highlighter. Recently, I've been into more liquids and creams for my skin. I just like the wet kind of glossy look that it gives. I've been into the Danessa Myricks Illuminating Veil. This is in the shade Luna. So you still have like a little bit of glitter, which I love, but it does melt into the skin and you can sheer it out to, you know, how highlighted or how intense you want it. Take a little bit of my ring finger and I just tap it in the very, very high points of my face. And then I bring it underneath my eyebrow. Even though I've been into more like sheer natural makeup lately, I just still love a glitter highlight. One of my favorite highlighters, honorable mention, beyond the Danessa Myricks, is the Fenty Beauty the Diamond Bomb. And I think it's called something carats. How many carats? This guy, again, super well loved. However, it is quite intense and very glittery. So for every day, and what I've been using is just that liquid highlighter. Then I take the excess, put on the tip of my nose, and then down the bridge. Onto eyes, super easy, super quick. I just do a little bit of mascara and my wing liner. If you want to see a more in-depth wing liner, I did a 3 simple eyeliner looks YouTube video, a couple videos before this one if you want to go check it out. My favorite eyelash curler. It sounds so boring. It's like, oh yeah, hey guys, this is my favorite style of Q-tip. Oh god, which is Q-tip. I think it's so interesting how like marketing has played into like everyday household items. Like we call a permanent marker a Sharpie, but it's just really a permanent marker, and like cotton swabs we call Q-tips. I don't know, makes it think. As of recent, I've been really liking the Tweezerman ones because it goes quite large, if that makes any sense. It spreads out quite open, so you can grab all of your eyelashes. All of my 5.5 eyelashes that I own and that I love. My favorite all-time mascara is the Urban Decay Perversion Mascara in waterproof. It's the only thing that holds a curl. With my Asian-ass eyelashes that stick straight down, I have been having difficulty like trying to find a mascara that actually holds a curl, and this is the only one that does it for me. I've gone through I think 3 bottles of this. While that is drying, I'm just going to give myself a little bit of a wing liner. I love to use the Hauslabs liquid eyeliner, Matter Than Matte liquid eyeliner. Oh yeah, it does say it twice. The tip on this eyeliner is quite thick and it keeps its more triangular shape, so it's really simple to put on any like winged eyeliner, and it stays inky, which is probably one of my biggest like priorities when it comes to liquid eyeliner. Honorable mention definitely is the NYX Epic Ink eyeliner. It wouldn't be a classic May Pang eyeliner look without a little bit of inner corner action. So Hauslabs actually came out with like this super ditty little micro tip eyeliner, and again, it's in that triangular shape, so it's perfect. I just press on the corner of my eye and I go and I complete my silly little tasks. So a little bit of, if I find that I am super glowy or I need to mattify some areas of my face, I like to take the Rimmel Insta Fix and Matte. I'm pretty sure I bought this on a whim. It was $4. I was just like, you know what? It'll be a good powder, an interim, when I do get like a fancier translucent powder. This does the trick. I've been using it all year. So I like to take just another fluffy brush, load it up, and then I just press it into the more shinier bits of my face. So it's definitely like around my nose, my forehead, a little bit on my chin. Honorable mention for setting powders or like translucent powders / mattifying powders, any powder, is definitely, I love the Gucci Beauty one if you want a little bit of added color, and the Fenty Beauty, the mattifying pressed powder, that one is fantastic for on the go. That's what I use when I go traveling. And then if you want a loose powder, of course, the iconic Laura Mercier translucent powder. But for me, that Rimmel one works and it does the trick and it makes me happy. For lips, I tend to gravitate more towards like a lip liner / gloss action, which is kind of silly, especially since we're wearing masks. But I find, not today in particular, because it is freaking warm outside, but in general when it's colder, you know, it's November, going to be December. In the cooler months, I do love a gloss or a balm to keep my lips hydrated. For lip liner, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Retro Paradise liner. It is shredded to all hell, which means I love it very much. And it's just this perfect, it's a brown shade. I've been really into just keeping the integral shape of my Cupid's bow. One thing that I haven't really talked about before, because it's such a minute detail in my life, but it took me a while to figure out and like accept and enjoy my Cupid's bow. You know, you see like all those images on Instagram and like magazines and stuff, and I always thought I was that person. It's like, oh no, like I won't give in to the hype, I won't give in to the trend, like these things are photoshopped, yada yada yada. But like it does affect you. And seeing on Instagram people have like these really like beautiful like curved lips, like kind of like a perfect semicircle, and me, I have the most aggressive Cupid's bow that you've ever seen in your entire life. I looked into getting it surgically removed. Isn't that bonkers? Isn't that crazy? So 2020, again, year of realizing things, and one thing that I realized is that my Cupid's bow is pretty fucking hot, and we love to see her and we love to showcase her. So I've been keeping that shape, and if you see all my Instagram stories, one thing that I constantly have to do is just have to go like this just to make sure that the shape is still there. For gloss, you can tell that you love a clear gloss when in the tube itself it's not even clear anymore, but the Tower 28 Beauty Lip Jelly in Chill, originally it was clear, now it has this little pink tone to it because I've used it so much. I'm not entirely sure what's in it. It feels like it has an oily slip. It's not sticky, which I really enjoy. Like if I go like that, you don't get like the strings of lip gloss. Ta-da! All my favorite makeup products in one go, baby. This is my everyday face. I've probably done some sort of iteration of this look multiple times on my YouTube channel, and so I do apologize if it sounds a little repetitive, but I wanted to showcase items that I've been loving and apply them on my face in the way that makes me happy. Thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. It's kind of crazy how like brands will reach out and I will, you know, do a collaboration with them like I've done with Skillshare in the past, and they're like, wait, no, remix to the ignition, we want to do it again. It just makes my heart very, very warm to know that these companies want a long-term relationship with me. It's neat. It's cool. We love to see it. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys want to see anything in next video, please let me know in the comments. I appreciate all of you, and I hope you have a great day.